It's time for the Margin Matters Minute with Moneyman Jason Brown.
All right, welcome back to another edition of the Margin Matters Minute. My name is Jason Brown, and today we're talking about eBay and why it has become so much more difficult to sell items on eBay than it has in the past. Now, we're just talking about really for the casual seller like myself. I consider myself a casual seller on eBay. I have been selling on eBay since 2005. So about 16 years I've been selling very consistently on eBay. So I have a pretty good basis of knowledge on the evolution of eBay, what's changed to make things much more difficult now than what it used to be in the past. So I'm going to tell some stories of things that I've sold and made a quick list here that I'm going to refer to of some of the things of why it's so much more difficult now than it has been in the past. Now, you might not realize this if you're a new seller on eBay. So I'm going to be giving you a good history. We're talking well over a decade that I have been on eBay. So I started in 2005. My very first experience with eBay is probably my most successful one. So that's what got me hooked on eBay. So I'm going to tell you that real quick. So what happened was I actually didn't even have an account. I used a buddy of mine's account. He had an eBay account. So this was kind of when eBay was kind of in its infancy. And what happened was I worked in the sports media and entertainment industry at the time. And I live in Atlanta. So at the time, the city of Atlanta was hosting the NCAA men's basketball Final Four, which is a huge event. I think it was taking place at the Georgia Dome, which has since been torn down. But a huge event coming to town, Final Four, huge draw. Anyway, so I was lucky enough to get some tickets for this event, and I purchased the tickets at face value. I want to say I probably paid about $250 for a pair of tickets, which comes with 3 games, right? So you get the 2 semifinal games and then the championship game. So you get 2 booklets for 3 games. And I want to say it was about $250 face value. So I bought them face value, and then I gave them to my buddy. I said, put these on eBay. The aftermarket is insane for these things. I have no interest in going. I do have interest in making money and paying off my credit cards. So that's what I was wanting to do. So sure enough, he puts them on eBay. And I want to say they ended up selling, we put them in the auction format, of course, and they ended up selling for about $1,500, which was a huge, huge profit margin for me. And of course, I gave my buddy, I think I gave him some like $100 or something, just for listening and helping me out. I gave him some money, of course, to do that for me. So that was my first experience on eBay. And of course, after that, I created my own account, and I was like, hey, I need to be doing this. So what happened was, eBay back then, 10, 15 years ago, you could sell anything on eBay to anybody. You could take any junk out of your house, any trash, anything, and just put it on eBay, and someone would buy it. And it was just astonishing to me. There's a collector for anything out there. I mean, whatever, used straws, whatever, whatever you have. So for me, I worked in the sports industry, so I would go and get like the Braves game programs and put them on there. And these were free, they're like the little playbills they would hand out, when you walk into the game. Just little programs, and I would get those for free, and I would put them on eBay and sell them for anywhere between $5 and $10. And, it might be a Braves fan that lives in California that collects Braves stuff, and they won't have an opportunity to come to a game. So, yeah, they're going to pay $10 for something that they could never have an opportunity to get that I got for free. So that's where it was a really good profit margin. And then, of course, we had the whole bobblehead craze was big. For a while, I would go to a game, and they would hand out a bobblehead for free. And I was like, hey, thanks for coming to the game. Here's a Chipper Jones bobblehead, or whoever the player was at the time. And I would be like, shoot, I don't really have any need for this, so let me put it on eBay. And those things were selling between $50 and $100. Again, big collector's market. So another thing that I did on eBay where I had a lot of success was where I would go to just thrift stores. Now this was a time where I had actually gotten laid off from a job, so I was doing anything to make some money. So I was going into thrift stores and I was actually flipping T-shirts, believe it or not, used T-shirts. I would go into the thrift stores and just kind of look for unique T-shirts. A lot of them were, I'm a big sports apparel guy, so I would find sports, team shirts or anything with a sports logo on it, or really just anything that looked unique, right? That you couldn't get anywhere. So I would take these used T-shirts, buy them for pennies on the dollar, a couple of dollars each. I never paid more than $1 or $2 for a T-shirt. Take it, put it on eBay, and I would make around $10, sometimes more. And another thing, I would get a lot of these sports jerseys. I would find jerseys like of NFL or NBA, some of these replica jerseys that people spend hundreds of dollars for, and I would find them for $4 and sell them for 40, stuff like that. So this was very lucrative for me for a long time. Now of course there's a time commitment to doing all this. You have to go to these stores and look for the stuff and sell the stuff and take the pictures and write the listing. So there's time, and then of course you have to ship it out. So there's time involved, but when you're getting this stuff for next to nothing, and in a lot of cases free, and you're selling it, it's 100% profit. So I was able to make pretty good money. In fact, over the course of my 16 years selling on eBay, I made close to $23,000 total, right? So it averages out to, some years I was making about $2,000 a year. So not getting rich, but nice to make a little extra cash doing that. So for me, I'm considered a casual seller on eBay. I'm not one of these big businesses moving millions of dollars worth of merchandise. No, there's a lot of people on eBay that make really, really good money, and they're doing really well. That's not me. It was more like a hobby. I did it for fun. It was nice to make money. It was nice to get junk out of the house. Hey, I could throw all this stuff away, or hey, maybe let me just list it on eBay and see if anyone wants to pay for it. And a lot of times people would buy it. So times were really good for a long time on eBay, and it was very easy to sell stuff, and you could sell anything to anybody at any time and make money. So then things started to shift over the years. Buyers' habits started to change. eBay's platform started to change. Just the evolution of the internet, the evolution of people buying, their habits, things that they're looking for, really just gradually started to change over the years. So one of the big things that changed was the shipping industry, right? And we can thank Amazon for this, and Amazon Prime. And Amazon has changed the whole shipping industry and the whole mindset and expectations that people have in the shipping world. So with their Prime, their 2-day free shipping, one-click ship, I'm going to get it, I'm going to buy it, I got to get it, today, it's got to be here tomorrow. Yeah, so that's what's happened with Amazon. Amazon has changed that. So before on eBay, when I would list stuff, you would always include the shipping cost. I'm going to sell you a T-shirt, you're going to pay me $2 to ship it, whatever the cost may be. And it was never an issue. Now on eBay, you cannot sell anything unless you list it with free shipping. Nobody wants it unless it's free shipping. Now, of course, you can add the cost into the item to cover the shipping, but I try not to do that. I try to just say, hey, free shipping. You try to add it as a perk, benefit to the buyer, and help them out a little bit. So that's one thing that's changed. It's very difficult to sell anything if you are asking someone to pay for shipping, because people do not want to pay for shipping anymore. So that's one big change. Now, the other thing that's caused, staying on the same topic of shipping, is the pandemic has been probably a big cause of this, is that the shipping industry is really struggling right now. So especially USPS. And there's a lot of reasons for this. Unfortunately, there's a lot of political reasons with USPS going on, but there's also the pandemic and the whole... everything that's going on with the pandemic has caused all kind of delays and slowdowns with the shipping and with USPS. So, for example, I just recently sold some items on eBay. I sold a book and I sold a baby outfit. two items to two different people. One of them was a book that I sold. I'm in the Atlanta area, and I sold it actually to someone in the Atlanta area, and it took 4 or 5 weeks for it to be delivered. So what was happening is, if people don't get their item in 1 or 2 or 3 days, they're sending you emails wanting a refund. Where's my item? I paid for it. It's supposed to be shipped. It's not here. So they get upset because they want it fast and cheap and quick and all this stuff. So luckily, the lady with the book, she had some patience and waited, and finally the book came. But it took way too long. It took 4 or 5 weeks to be delivered. And this happened on another item. The baby clothes was shipped, and now I never heard from that buyer, so they didn't really complain to me, but it ended up taking about 4 weeks. It taken about a month to ship something out. USPS, either first class or priority shipping, it's taking forever. So that is causing a big problem right now with someone like myself who's trying to sell an item. And if people don't get their items right away, they're wanting refunds, and that's problematic. So some of the other things that have changed on eBay over the years, the whole way that they handle the rating system and non-payers is less to be desired. They really haven't been able to figure out how to handle scammers or people that are non-payers, right? Delinquents, if you will. So what's happened in the past, their rating system would actually allow you to leave a negative rating or feedback or comment on the other person. And if you sell someone doesn't pay, I'm going to leave a negative feedback. I'm going to alert other users, hey, this person is a non-payer. Do not do business with this person. But eBay doesn't really allow you to do that anymore, because eBay intervenes, and you have to file a dispute claim with eBay now, and eBay comes in and they're the judge and the jury, and they determine what to do. And eBay dings the other person's account or their rating, but you don't really get to put a negative feedback on there. And there's a lot of reasons for that, because a lot of times people were faking this stuff, and some of these ratings weren't accurate, and I don't know, maybe some personal stuff got involved in there too. Maybe someone didn't like the other person. Now they're just going to go put a negative feedback on them just to be mean. So there was a lot of reasons why eBay changed that, but it's still problematic the way that they have it now, because you cannot, you have no recourse, right? So perfect example, I just bought a new iPhone, sold the old iPhone on eBay, my old iPhone, which was, it was just an older model, but it was worked perfectly fine. So I just put it on eBay. I said, let me get some, I'll get something for it. Listed on eBay, put it in the auction format. It got bid up to $71, and the winning buyer did not pay. So of course, eBay sends me an email and says, we've determined that this is a fraudulent buyer. We've suspended his account, blah, blah, blah. But see, what happened was, I said, okay, well, that sucks. I'll just go back and relist the item, right? No big deal. I mean, it's going to sell. Someone else will buy it. Maybe I'll sell it for more money. But eBay decides that they just deleted that whole listing. So then instead of me just going to the listing and relisting it, because the person who won the auction didn't pay, so I couldn't relist the item because eBay deleted the whole listing. So then I had to go in, relist recreate everything, redo the pictures. I think I had already deleted the picture, so I had to take all the pictures again, rewrite the description, just start the whole thing over from scratch. So it took extra time to do, which was kind of annoying. So that's one thing that eBay does that is irritating to me as someone who's trying to casually sell things. I don't really have a whole lot of extra time to do all this stuff. So some of the other things that have changed, so other buying habits that have changed, especially during the pandemics, one thing that I've noticed is that people, I think, have become a little leery of buying used items, any type of used items, right? So people are, a little uneasy, with the pandemic and stuff. So, even though you can buy something used, like a used phone or something, wipe it down with the Lysol wipes, people, I think, aren't really interested in doing that. They don't want to buy used stuff. They don't know where it's coming from. They don't know, what kind of condition it might be. They just want new stuff. So this is something that actually, even before the pandemic, this is a trend that I've noticed, that people don't really want to buy used like they used to. Because before, I could sell anything used on eBay with no problem. Like, people would buy it. Like, any kind of condition, they're going to buy it, right? I mean, you could sell broken, people still do that. They sell broken iPhones on eBay, and, you buy this iPhone for parts, and, people will buy it. So what's happened is that now what's happening is that people want to buy, they want it brand new, mint condition, but they want to pay a used price for it. So that's kind of frustrating. This is how some of the buying habits have changed. Like, people want brand new, but they want to pay a discounted price for it. So that's something that I've noticed that's changed over time, and it makes things a little bit more difficult when you're trying to make money to satisfy those buyers' expectations, I guess. So another thing, the whole format, right? The auction format versus the buy it now, and then if you do the buy it now, you can also do the where you can put buy now or best offer, right? So you can kind of negotiate a price, right? So let's talk about the auction format first, because that used to be the bread and butter of eBay. You would just throw something in there in an auction format and just let people bid it up. Just like I did I did this recently with the iPhone I mentioned. I just put it in there. I think the starting bid was $9.99 or something like that. And then because I really had no idea what the value of it was. So I'm like, let me just put it in the auction format and let's see what it will sell for. And sometimes that works to your advantage, and sometimes it doesn't. So when I relisted it, so I had sold it in the auction format for $71. So then I relisted it for $80, buy now or best offer. So I ended up selling it for $8. I ended up selling it for more. I sold it for $80. Someone bought it. They just paid the buy now price. So what happened in the past, you could sell anything in an auction format, and it's usually the standard is 7 days. So that's, one thing is, if you list it in an auction format, you have to wait, till the auction is over. So sometimes it could be up to a week or more. You could set that. You could do 3, 7, or 10 days, I think. You could set the amount of days that you want to do. But the standard time was 7 days for an auction. So, but now, the evolution of eBay and the evolution of buyers' habits has changed to where they don't really, respond to the auction format anymore. Everybody wants buy now, instant gratification. And buy now, I got to have it now. One-click buying, ship it to me overnight, free shipping. This is what's changed, right? So pretty much everything that I've been selling, I just do buy now or best offer. But, the thing with the best offer is, most people are going to give you a low ball offer, which is, it's not even worth responding to, though. You'll list, I think when I listed that phone for $80, someone offered me $50 for it. I'm like, come on, I don't even want to even try to go back and forth with someone that's just going to try to, lowball you with an offer like that. So that's kind of problematic with that too. So I've run into those issues with the buy now or best offer. And another thing on eBay that's changed over the years that I have definitely noticed is that it takes a lot longer to sell stuff on eBay than it once did. And this is for any type of item, right? In the past, I would put anything on there, and it would sell pretty quickly within a matter of maybe days or weeks. Now right now on my eBay selling page, I have items that have been sitting there for over a year that have not sold. And one example is I used to sell, and I still do a lot of textbooks. I used to get, when I worked at a local university, they would get rid of a lot of textbooks. And fortunately for me, I was able to acquire a lot of these for free because they were just throwing them all out. They were, old editions or what have you. And teachers and departments were just cleaning out and like stacks of books. Anybody want them? And I would take them all and put them on eBay and sell them. And a lot of them would sell quickly. But some of them, I still have probably 24 of them that have been sitting there and they haven't sold in over a year, and no one will even make an offer on them. And that's not just textbooks, but it's all kind of random stuff that I have stuff that's sitting on there for years that won't sell. So I don't know if it's me, or if it's eBay, or if it's just buyer habits have changed, or maybe it's just the competition. There's more competition now for items that are being sold. So that's one thing that I have noticed as well, is that it takes a lot longer to sell something on eBay than it once did. That kind of brings us to the latest situation with eBay. Is they're changing the entire platform now, right? So it's they're changing the way that the selling system is working, right? They're calling it the managed payment system. They're changing. It's all changing. They're going away from PayPal, which they've used for years and years and years, and now they're trying to kind of disassociate themselves from PayPal for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe there was some sort of a falling out or a divorce between those two, because eBay actually owns PayPal, so I'm not really sure if eBay's maybe trying to sell PayPal. But they are changing that to where they're opening it up to more payment systems, more opportunities for people to use different payment options like Google Pay or Apple Pay or some of these other digital currencies that people like to use that are trending now. But what's happening is, with that, they're forcing sellers like myself to update their seller's account to where I enter my social security number and my tax ID number, so the greedy government can tax me on whatever sales I make on eBay. So then I guess eBay would send me a 1099 form at the end of the year, and I have to file that with my taxes and my IRS and pay taxes on that. So I'm not really interested in doing that. So this is kind of the point where I'm at, where I'm like, you know what, eBay, I'm out. So I'm not doing this anymore. These are the reasons why it's become tremendously difficult to sell on eBay as just a casual seller. And so what's going on is they're going to force a lot of people out. And this whole managed payment system, I actually did a separate video on that, so I can link that one in the description below. You can kind of see that whole process. I explain how that process works with me, and what they were asking me to do and why I don't want to do it. So you can check that out as well in a separate video. But so what's happening with eBay is that it's really become, it's not fun anymore, right? For me, it was so much fun and liberating to just get rid of stuff and make a little extra money and ship it off to someone who might want to buy it. One man's trash is another man's treasure, that kind of thing. But now it's become too much work for me. The whole packaging and shipping and hoping and praying, praying that it gets there, that USPS does their job is just a little too much anxiety for me. So these are some of the reasons why I think that I am at the point of saying goodbye to eBay. Now, of course, I'll still be a buyer on eBay. I buy stuff on eBay for my son. He likes Xbox games and stuff, so I always, find some used Xbox games for him and stuff like that. No problem. I have no problem buying stuff from somebody else on eBay. But the selling part is where I think I'm saying goodbye, because it's just become too much of a hassle. And, not to mention, all the fees that you're still going to have to pay. So with the managed payment system, they're telling you, oh, you're going to pay less fees because we're eliminating PayPal and you're not going to have to pay the PayPal fee. So before, you would pay, on average, eBay would take 10%, which is significant. And then PayPal would take about 3%. So anything that you're selling, you're losing about 13% right there. And then now the government wants to come in and they want their cut. So, how much money are you going to lose off any of your potential sales? So what eBay's saying now is, which is a little deceptive in my opinion, what they're saying is, oh, it's going to be less, we're cutting out PayPal, so you're going to pay less fees. Well, actually, it comes out to about 1% less, right? So eBay, it's not going to be 10%, it's going to be 12%, and instead of 13% total. So it's a little deceptive. You're not really going to be saving that much money on the fees. You're still going to be get hit with fees. It's just eBay's take. All the fees are going straight to eBay now and not PayPal. So eBay is making more money off of you than before is basically what's happening. So if you research this and read the fine line. So anyway, these are some of my thoughts on the evolution of eBay over a 16-year period that I have been consistently selling on it. And, unfortunately for me, I am going to be looking for other, platforms to sell stuff on. There's plenty of other platforms, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Nextdoor. There's tons of apps. You can go the old school route, do garage sales, word of mouth. There's tons of ways to sell stuff and make money. eBay is not the end-all be-all that it once was, and I don't need eBay. eBay needs me, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that my information and my stories on the evolution of eBay selling, gave you a little bit of knowledge and insight on what it's like to sell on eBay and how much it's changed and how much it's become more challenging. So this is Jason Brown saying thank you so much for watching. If you would like to support me, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking my videos. Also, don't forget, I wrote a book called Margin Matters. It's available on Amazon. Really good book there. And actually, there's a lot of stuff in my book about my eBay journeys and endeavors. So I do mention in the book a lot of my eBay experiences in there as well. So, and don't forget my favorite saying, it's not the amount of money you make, but the margin that matters the most. See you next time.